Welcome to the Beyond Threads podcast by Bleckmann. I'm your host Johnny and I'm thrilled to have you here today with us. Whether you're tuning in from your commute at the office or relaxing at home, we appreciate you taking the time to join us. In each episode of Beyond Threads, we make a deep dive into topics that are shaping the future of fashion and lifestyle logistics. Today we will be covering the topic of fashion marketplaces with Global Bridge. To kick things off, Erik, can you tell us more about fashion marketplaces, their value, and how they fall into omnichannel? And have a start with a quick introduction of yourselves.
Yes, absolutely. As said, Erik Janssen Steenberg. I'm a business development manager at Bleckmann. The difference with the sales manager is that when I come to the table, normally it's not a possibility to sell an existing service as a whole, but there's a certain bespoke component or even something that needs to be completely redesigned to make it possible for us to add value to the supply chain and fulfillment of a customer. So that's who I am within the company. And on the marketplace portion of your question, marketplaces are rapidly taking over the e-commerce world, where we see that some of the bigger brands have no problem gaining enough interest for their products, their websites, etc. We see that the smaller and upcoming brands find it very hard to get underway. And marketplaces can be a huge game changer for them, meaning that a marketplace is well known in their markets, their regions, and they generate the foot traffic which a brand is looking for. Mm-hmm. And of course, there's also a downside. There is more competition on the marketplace. There are rules to adhere to, but overall, the foot traffic very often makes it worthwhile to have a marketplace in your omni-channel sales strategy.
Okay, let's continue on that brand perspective. Let's say I want my Johnny swimwear to be sold in the US. I'm in Europe today. How would I choose the right channels and what questions do brands have at this stage?
Yeah, so normally it really comes down to the type of company you want to be. So right now you're world famous in your own country, but across the pond nobody knows of you. So you need to make decision on how do I want my brand to stand out. But to be able to do business in the US, do I want to fulfill that from Europe, or do I want/need my own company in the US? Do I want the fulfillment myself? By myself, or do I want a 3PL? Will I go and follow the herd and go to marketplaces, or do I one-on-one relationships with the well-known warehouses over there, online and offline? So those are the kind of questions that you first need to ask yourself and determine before you will be able to successfully choose a certain marketplace or even market strategy.
All right. Thanks, Erik. Steven, switching to you, perhaps start with a quick introduction.
Yeah, sure. So my name is Steven de Bruin. I'm cluster director at Bleckmann. Mostly in this kind of setup responsible for operations. So whatever we think of as new solutions, I'm here to make it work inside Bleckmann.
All right. And thanks for being here again, Steven.
Thank you.
So if from a first idea as a brand to go into the marketplaces to actually shipping, is that a complex thing? What would I run into?
There are quite a lot of things that are needed in order to make things happen. It is complex, it's cumbersome, it takes a lot of effort. And if you want to start dealing with marketplaces, for instance, first of all, you need to have the contracts and the financials in place, which takes some time with each marketplace and from each marketplace to each brand. Once you've done that, you also need to make a connection, an IT connection. That's one thing you need to take care of. That goes from the brand to the marketplace, but also the marketplace, if they want to connect to multiple brands, they need to make those connections. And they can be quite cumbersome. Once you've made a link IT-wise with the marketplace, you need to decide, what am I going to do with my storage? Can you fulfill it from out of your own warehouse? Yeah. If you want to take the example, you want to sell somewhere at another geography, it might be wise to put stuff over there, closer to the customer. It's quite something to think about because you don't only need to make sure that you have space to put it in. You probably need to have a contract with a third-party logistics company. Again, you need to have a connection, IT connection there. Once you've decided on that and you have enough space, you decided what you want to put there and put your material over there.
Yeah, assortment. Yeah.
Your assortment, and you've decided to put 5,000 or 50,000 pieces over there. You need to take the hurdle of customs.
Yeah.
There are ways to sometimes not have to pay any duties legally. That's not always possible in the setups you choose if you put like 50,000 pieces across the pond, but there are ways around it. And again, you need to make sure you have a connection to the customs software, another one that is making things more complex. So once that's done and you've solved the puzzle of customs, then the last bit, once you've sold material to the customers with the marketplaces, some customers don't like your material, it doesn't fit or whatever, and they want to return it. And then again, another puzzle, what do you do with that?
Yeah.
Because you're sitting across the pond, do you want to haul it across the pond again, which is expensive, takes time, or do you have another solution? So these are 5 things, I think, in general, that make things quite cumbersome to solve the end puzzle into a complex riddle.
Yeah. I can imagine. So thanks for clarifying that. Thanks for clarifying, Steven. And then switching to you, Asa. Welcome to the podcast. Can you quickly introduce yourself?
Yes, of course. So I'm Asa Sarel. I'm the co-founder and president of Global Bridge. So basically, Global Bridge is an end-to-end cross-border B2B platform that allows or actually provides a one comprehensive solution for the brands to sell on any retailer or marketplace around the world. This is in a nutshell what Global Bridge is all about. Now, just a little bit about myself and a background, and that connects also to your question. So, what I've been doing in the last 20 years, I've been specializing in M&As and strategic partnerships in the fashion industry, mainly to assist brands to expand their reach internationally.
So Asa, let's take the marketplace, the retailer point of view. What are the challenges that Nordstrom, Zalando, Trendyol, or any others have at this stage?
One of the things that I identified in the last, I would say, 7 to 8 years is the shifting in the market from the traditional wholesale to the marketplace model. I think that one of the many reasons of why it actually happened, I would say that this shifting has occurred because of the instability of the world in the last few years, from wars in Ukraine to economical crises and inflations, to actually to the shifting of the seasons, where it becomes very hard to predict and to deliver the products on time when the market is right. And of course, the biggest accelerator of this change was the COVID and what happened post-COVID. This all together brought the retailers to a kind of a conclusion that they would like to reduce their exposure in terms of their inventory purchases. And at the same time, with the evolution of technologies that are allowing the brands and the marketplace to integrate themselves. And by doing this integration, the retailer can actually sell and present the full collection of the brand without the need of purchasing the inventory. And by doing that, yes, I think that one of the challenges that the retailers are having is when it comes to a point where they want to start selling international brands on their marketplaces. Retailers in general are not importers; they're retailers, and therefore they do not have the capacity to import the goods. So basically, they require any brand that wants to sell on their marketplace to localize the inventory in their geography. that actually narrows down a lot of their possibilities because they cannot present and sell to the local market international brands. The other challenge that the marketplaces are facing is the fact that to onboard uh, any brand, there's a long process of integration, and that requires allocation of resources and IT teams, legal teams, commercial teams, just to complete the engagement with the brand. And I think that these are the main challenges that the brands are the retailers are having when they're looking at um, onboarding more and more brands.
Thanks, Asa. And Erik, yeah, so if I'm a small brand, back to the Johnny swimwear example, it might be quite a challenge to get on the radar of the bigger marketplaces, right?
Yes, absolutely. And when you also take into account that often you're in a new environment, a new country, a new continent even. So yes, it will ask a lot of you as owner of the brand, or yeah, let's say senior in the brand, to get a seat at the table. Absolutely. And especially now with marketplaces on one hand having to determine who they want to be talking to, and on the other hand, brands figuring out for themselves how many marketplaces they want to work with. Yeah, you're looking for that golden handshake. And
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure that any brand, also Johnny Swimwear, um, will be looking for a leg up. So somebody who can help in getting that seat at the table.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah. All right. So complexities from brand point of view, complexities from marketplace point of view. Asa, let's look into solutions here. Is there a way to make things easier for everybody?
Of course. And I think that sits precisely where the solution of Global Bridge comes in place. So basically, the Global Bridge solution includes, I would say, four different pillars. The first pillar is the integration side of it. So um, basically, with Global Bridge, we are able to provide immediate and instant integration and access to more than 500 of the key retailers and marketplaces around the world, which actually means that for the brand, they do not have the need of engaging with the marketplace, not on a commercial and not on a legal side. They don't need to go through the onboarding process. And most of all, they do not need to start the process of integration, which usually takes between 5 to 8 months. So that's a very important element in terms of quickness and also in costs for the brand. The second pillar is the end-to-end logistics. One of the things that we have done with the partnership with Bleckmann, we are actually able to offer an end-to-end logistics solution um, from their local operations in their local country up until the fulfillment of the end consumer of the retailers. We give the entire supply chain from beginning to end. Um, with this partnership with Bleckmann, we offer a network of more than 65 warehouses around the world, from over 40 in Europe, 6 in the UK, US, Australia, China, and more. That also allows us the ability to uh, solve the return issues, which are very critical for the brands. Um, the third pillar that we have is we implemented a model that is called the pay as you sell, which means that Global Bridge offers the brands the ability or to eliminate the need of any costs in advance, any investment or allocation of resources to engage with any marketplace on an international level. Um, and the fourth pillar is the control, data, and visibility, which, uh, as you know, in the wholesale business, once a brand sells the product to a retailer, they have no control or visibility on what was sold, how it was sold. Once the brand is selling through marketplaces together with Global Bridge's platform, the brand has the full control and visibility and receives all the necessary data from the KPIs per marketplace channel to the inventory levels. So the brand is actually operating directly and has full control over his operation. Yeah, these are basically the four pillars that are provided by Global Bridge that actually solve and simplify and optimize the operation for the brand to be able to sell on a global scale.
All right. Thanks, Asa. So a solution that fits and helps out on the complexities on both ends. Well, it should include the right interfacing to all parties.
Yeah.
There's an end-to-end logistics complexity to be solved. How about the costs and where do they come into play? And gaining insights into your data is beyond a black box that might be there today, right? Yeah. Great. Erik, Steven, Asa, thank you very much for your valuable insights today. It has been an incredibly interesting conversation. Thanks for that. And let's try to summarize for now. If you can help me out, Erik, on why marketplaces are attractive to brands.
Well, a marketplace is attractive by far and foremost for the foot traffic. Another thing is that a marketplace allows you to be flexible. These days we say agile enough, to follow the ever-changing trend or the ever-changing requirements from a customer base. That's why you want to sell on marketplaces.
Thanks. Yeah, and it's clear also, as Asa explained, that marketplaces are irreversible, right?
Yes.
It's part of a retail landscape that doesn't change back. We explored the complexities to overcome. Thanks for that, Steven and Asa. And to conclude, there are infrastructures like Global Bridge available to jump on.
Yes.
And marketplaces are inevitable. They are exciting. And there are ways to overcome and avoid a bumpy ride.
Definitely. And allow me to give one afterburner, so to speak.
Go ahead.
So when you work with a partner that knows how to facilitate your physical, but also your digital supply chain, it may turn out not to be that scary and that time, resources, budget consuming. So get yourself educated on the right partner before you go for the right platform.
Thanks, Erik. Thanks, everybody. Before we conclude, could you all let the listeners know if they have further questions, where they could reach you? Asa, can I start with you?
Yeah, you can get into our website. It's www.globalbridgeonline.com. We have there a section that goes directly into contact us, and representative will be in touch.
All right. Thanks, Asa. Erik?
Yeah, for me, of course, the company website and the Bleckmann website. And if you want to reach out to me directly, LinkedIn, you know where to find me. The longest name in LinkedIn, Janssen Steenberg.
We'll find you. Yeah. We'll find you. The shorter name is then Steven. Where can we reach you?
Contact Erik.
There you go.
No, so I'm also on the Bleckmann with double N website, Steven de Bruin.
All right. Yeah. Thanks. As much as we would love to continue this engaging discussion, we've come to an end of our episode. For those tuning in, make sure to subscribe to the Beyond Threads podcast and follow the Bleckmann socials. And stay tuned for the latest trends and innovation in logistics. Until then, this was Johnny Bunning, and we love to see you in our next episodes.